Thank you so much for learning with me like how to do fashion design. Today I would like to touch base with tech pack, technical package we call it in the industry. It's basically like the design template that has every detail of the garment that you would like to design. Especially when you are working with overseas manufacturers, you really need to have all the details down for them to understand what you really want in terms of your design. So tech pack is basically like the way that you can communicate what you like to design with overseas manufacturers, sometimes domestic manufacturer as well. Domestic is a little bit easier because most of the time setup is you can talk to your pattern maker, you can talk to the sewer as well. Everybody is in the same room, same building in that kind of setup versus like the overseas, the times difference is like there and sometimes like language barrier might exist as well. So it's a little bit harder in that kind of type of like the use cases. So you would like to make this tech pack even more clear for them so that they can really get your design and design your garments beautifully. So like how I do, there's like two-way of doing things. Like you could do sketches by hand or you could do sketches by vector. Vectors are Adobe Illustrator sketches. I would go over a little bit more later how to do vector sketches, but it doesn't really matter. Whichever that you feel comfortable, it should be okay. So in this course, I would use like the hand sketches and you would just sketch, with your templates and everything. And you would scan it in with like Adobe Photoshop. So if you have like any kind of scanner, you can set the resolution to be 300 dpi and just scan it. I'm gonna just show you how to do that process as well right now. So when you scan, you can go to images, you can like rotate the canvases, and I would do grayscales right here. So you hit Command L to when you wanted to like change like the levels. So the most leftist one, you can just kind of put it a little bit more. All of the levels you can like go a little bit darker, and then the most lightest one, you can just come in a little bit like that. So it's more clear, right? And then like you can just go again, maybe a little bit lighter so it's not dirty looking. And you can use these tools right here to clean up. Like if you didn't like this, you could clean up, make sure this part is like the white as background, and then you could just like kind of little, like a little touch up. I don't think you need to do that much touch up, but here it is. You can also do filter like noises, dust and scratch like these speckles right here, so you can make it a little bit cleaner that way as well. So this is good, and you can use your this like a poly tool to just like kind of take them out from like the canvases, right? Command C, copy, and then you go here. This we already have a sketch here, but let's say if it was you know not there, it's like this, and then you do like command T would like transform things, so you can like move it around like this, so you can make sure like that it looks good. And this is how you do it, but I don't need this one because I already have this one right here. So you do the same thing. You could use this like a square rectangular marquee tools, or you can use like the polygonal like lasso tool right here. Whatever you feel like, you feel comfortable is the best tool that you should use. I usually use this one. So I can just take it out like this. And then from there, I use your like the Illustrator files. So, and then when you do Control V as a Victor, it would paste it for you. So like here you go. And then you can just like hold down to the shift so proportional doesn't change. And then you can just make it bigger or small or however the way that you would like to, use your sketch. You would place some. I usually have like the 1, 2, 3 methods. So the page one would have like all the details of this garment, And then like the page 2 have like reference picture. Factory really loves to see these reference picture because for them and for their pattern maker, this really helps for them to, like understand how the garments are constructed. Because pattern makers are very visual person, that it really does help them to understand what you wanted to do. And then like the third pages, I call it spec page. You can indicate like, if you have lining, you can dot it where the lining falls so that pattern maker can see like the, do you want the lining to be just a little tad bit shorter than your self fabric. Self fabric is the main fabric that you are using for this design. So green highlight area is a lining. So let's say in this case, it's -3 inches shorter than self, which is the main fabric. So the lining wouldn't show, right, too much. If you want like a short lining, like a mini lining, you can like, end it here. You can say maybe 16 inches from the waist down, like a out seam of